Know your partner and know your enemy. How do you get to know your partner? Ask questions. And the most easiest way to know is to know the family, who raised them, who raised her. That sometimes that's hard to do because the family is scattered, the family is not around. But ask questions is the best way to get to know somebody. How you know your enemy? Ask questions because you ask the right questions, you'll get the right answers. What you need to know. And most of all, you need to write down what you need to know so you'll know what to ask. And few of these is just, you ask somebody, uh, what have you done to prepare for the future? How much emphasis do you put on the dollar? Are you prepared for change? And most men, because I've tried that, most men do not want to do that. They have not thought about that, and they probably have never had a discussion like that. And the most thing you would do is, I tried this before too. We both sit down and we let the other one talk for 5 minutes without interrupting. And not one time had that been accomplished. To sit down and listen to another person talk for 5 minutes is the hardest thing that most of us can't do. We can't not do it. And it's just like when you go look for a job, prepare for a job, go for a job interview. And that's what you do with a partner. You interview. You don't tell them that you're interviewing, but that's what you're doing. Because we have to have goals when we get a partner. You know, like these young ones. Are you going to get married? Are you going to have kids? If you want to have kids, you want to have kids with somebody that wants you, that you want to be the parents of your children. They have the same uh, agenda that you want your kids to be raised like. And you want to check them out to see how they're keeping up with technology. Do they know anything about policies? Do they know anything about economics? Do they know anything about the company that they're working for? And what is their plan B and plan C for things that may go on? And you want to know about their money situation, their credit situation, or do they have investments? Listen to the news with them. That's another way you find out about somebody, how they react to news. And do they read books? Do they read the newspaper? Because the saddest thing that I hear is when I hear about a man killing his wife or a wife killing his husband or the kids. I just heard it, you hear about it practically every day. And it's so sad. It's really so sad. And I want to talk about uh, caring. Who do we care about? Was you raised in a caring home? Can you honestly say your parents cared about you? And who do you care about? Do you care about your parents? Do you care about your kids? No. Or did you care about them? Because, like, most of us, especially our older ones, our parents are no longer with us. I have talked a lot about my parents. I have talked a lot about how your family can be one of your enemies. And that's sad to say. That is really sad to say. But like I said, we live in America, and America is really the worst place to raise a family. That's why we have so many families that are hating one another, hurting one another. Because here in America, they will, and these religious fanatics, they tell you all the time, you gotta believe, uh, you love the preacher more than you love your family. And they turn a lot of people against one another. So I wish I could have a good dialogue with someone about the issues of the family. It is. Just the other day, I heard about a 13-year-old got into a bad accident driving a stolen car at 1:30 in the morning. And you know what's missing in a lot of families is honesty. We raise our kids to relish in lies. Number one lie: Santa Claus, Easter. That's just a name a few. And you raise in a parent with parents that are closed-minded, that are not approachable. So then it's gonna be hard to ask them questions. It's gonna be hard to get answers. It's gonna be hard to be disciplined in a loving manner. And a lot of us are not raised to have our opinions respected. And why we're not raising our kids to stay out of jail? Why are we not demanding that they stay out of jail? I know when I was growing up, I did not uh, know people that was going to jail, or it's different. Yes. Why is it different? Why? Mm. Because the mind has been taken over, and a lot of time is also what's been being done to our children at birth. It all starts at birth. And if we don't know who our enemy is, they will be able to take over. And your enemy will have you supporting things that are not in your best interest. Yes. So, and what I don't understand is about uh, everything else. You have to have a license. You have to study. You have a book. You have to study to drive the driver's license. Why you don't have to? Why you don't go through training to be a parent? Because what what you are birthing and raising, if not done right, can destroy millions of lives. We have definite examples of that. Leopold, Hitler, Stalin, all the way down to Aguilera. I mean, you have to realize that somebody raised these people and look at what they did. A lot of them was raised in happy homes, but then when they get big, they forget how kids should be raised in happy homes. Instead, they're doing the opposite and making other kids' lives the most miserable. But right now, we have opportunity. I think all parents should go through some kind of parenting class because it's a shame these kids are born into homes that ain't fit to raise a pig. And that is the most beautiful thing in the world is to see kids laughing and playing and smiling and giggling. There's nothing like it in the world. But of course, that's not the case in so many places, even here in the United States, where it should be because they claim to be the best country in the world or some crap like that. I'm still looking for a miracle because I tell you, the way it's going, so we have to bring back empowerment. We have to bring back coping skills. We have to bring back resilience. And we have to do all this. We have to instill this stuff in our children and our partner. We have to treat our partner just like you would treat a child that you love and cherish. You want to cherish your partner. You want to care about them more than you love them. You want to care about their feelings. You want to care about their dreams and their future and their health. So I'm trying to keep it nice, and I just want to concentrate on something nice and healthy to talk about because uh it's really tense out there. Really tense. Um yes, I got a private chat here. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know how that works, but uh my family is dysfunctional down to this day. Okay. Um it is so dysfunctional. I can't even understand it. When I hear about families, when I hear about that, when I heard about, and it's been a few, not just one. Um, um, hmm. Yes, please send me your email. Um, and all I want to do is try to help another family not go through what I went through in mine because it's so sad. Down to I have 3 kids that don't talk to me. I mean, it's sad. It's just so sad. And and when I hear about siblings killing each other and stuff like that, and I'm like, I can understand it because I believe that only reason why we haven't killed each other because we don't be around each other. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It don't even have to be nothing. All I could do is just see them or they see me, and the anger and the hate is just it's just right there for no reason. And why? And you know where it comes from? The top. Our parents did not raise us to love one another because for one thing, my parents did not like each other. For one thing, when I was growing up, every day they was arguing. I never seen them hug, kiss, or say anything nice. And now I'm hearing all this stuff about how possessive my father was, which I'm beginning to see that. Hmm. So, yeah, it was. But what I try to tell everyone is we have to do that. We have to build better relationships. And we have to take the initiative to building a better relationship. And and having insight. That's a real important. You don't hear people say that because in all my relationships, words like that didn't come up. And if you tried to say something like this or talk to them about this, they will actually get attitude. They would get mad. They would make you feel like you're trying to school them or treat them like a kid or something. It's hard. And see, I went through a few classes because I had to, because I've been in trouble. I had my kids taken a few times. Had to go through parenting classes. Had to go through uh, um, alcoholic AA. Had to go through what you call it, job training. Had to go through all that. I learned a lot. And I am sad to say, I'm sad to say that I didn't always use the stuff, that I still continue to drink. I still continue to do what I was doing, but I still have a lot of the papers that I I had in class, and all this stuff that I have tried to use in a relationship with a man or my kids or my parents. None of it worked because I was the only one on that page. And what I notice about a lot of people is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it attitude. They don't see them doing anything wrong. They don't see anything wrong. Now, this is something that I feel is real interesting. Now, this is good for a relationship. Insight. Insight is the habit of asking tough questions. And I ask tough questions, and boy, have I got some real nasty attitudes, even to the point of being hollered at. Okay. So when you start doing that, I'm just going to cut it off and go on by my business. Yeah. Because I tried to have something like that with my sister when I was talking about, um, and I brought up the wrong word, dysfunction. And that was it. Conversation over. When you ask tough questions and you give honest answers, I couldn't get an answer. I tried asking my sister one time because my sister, I was living in Mississippi, and my sister came down there from Ohio to visit my mom. And my mom lived like 45 minutes. Was it 45 minutes? Yeah. Was it an hour 45 minutes? But she lived, some distance from me. So she came to visit my mother. And I asked her and my other sister, why don't y'all come up and visit me? See how I'm living. She said, yeah. But then the next day, she said, no. I said, well, why y'all not coming? Oh, we don't have enough gas. We're not having gas. I'm like, really? I was shocked because out of all of y'all couldn't put in $5 for a tank of gas to come up and see me. I said, okay. And I was just like, well, dang, Gwen, why y'all don't want to come and see me? Why do y'all have a problem with me? Oh, she got mad as hell. She started hollering at me. Oh, what you talking about? Ain't nothing about it. I said, okay, just forget it. I will talk with you later. Bye. Because it was like, you can't talk to these people. You can't ask questions, because as soon as you say something to them and it makes them uncomfortable, they go off. It's crazy. And these are people with insight, see themselves and their circumstances clearly and realistically. That's another thing. I saw our situation clearly. And I would love to get a answer why we don't like each other. Why we can't. I have never had a relationship with my parents or my sisters or brothers. Never. We never. They don't avoid difficult or painful truths. And that's what I had to live with. They take responsibility for themselves instead of blaming others and their troubles. Okay, I went through that with my kids. My kids blame me for all their problems. My one daughter even told me, "Tell me you sorry." Okay, I'm sorry for not being the mother that you deserve. But you're in your 30s, you're a grandmother. Why am I still apologizing? But insight is resilience because it helps people see things as they really are and not as they wish things would be. And I've been that way all my life. I know I have seen the way things really are. And it hurts. That's why I spent a lot of years crying in my beer. Even though I didn't blame my parents for me going out there doing all this crazy stuff, I know I blamed myself for not changing sooner than I did. And the other one is independence, relationships, initiative, morality. We wasn't raised in with morality. Even though my mother was in the church, she was an usher. She was on the usher board for 40 years. But she did not instill no morality in us. Never discussed the Bible with us. And one time I asked her, I said, "Mom, you never gave us a Bible." And you know what her answer was? "You didn't like church anyway." Wow. That threw me through a loop. She had some answers. You ask her something that's really, important, and she'll say stuff like, "Give it to Jesus." I gave it to Jesus, all right. I gave it. I bypassed Jesus and gave it to Richards. You know what I'm talking about? While I was Rose. Okay. Um, Morality is doing the right thing. We was not taught to do the right thing. We was taught if you do the wrong thing, this happens. It was never any education or discipline or anything. I remember my father accused me of taking some money that I didn't take. And no, it was a ring. But he did accuse me of taking money too before um, that I didn't take. My sister literally set me up, had me go upstairs with her and her boyfriend so she could say, "Oh, she was upstairs too." And he automatically thought I took it. That's all she had to do was mention me being upstairs in the room. But this one instance, he accused me of taking a ring, and I told him I didn't take it. And he told me if I don't say I took it, he's gonna whoop me. So I said I took it. What do that teach your kid? That teaches a kid to be weak, not strong. Because I should have stood my grounds and said I didn't take it and took that whooping. But instead, I don't know. People with morality see what others need and try to give it to them, even when that means sacrificing their own best or short term interests. They connect with other people by remembering and doing what is decent and fair. Morality is a resilience because it creates an inner sense of goodness and keeps people from becoming cynical or giving up on the world. Are we teaching our kids morality? Are we teaching them coping skills? Are we teaching them to be creative and how to express their feelings in in a way that doesn't cause them harm or others? So, all right, I'm gonna get off of here. I just wanted to talk about something nice because, I'm tired of talking about. See, I don't even want to mention their name. I'm tired of talking about stuff that does not bring us happiness in our lives, in our personal lives. Because no matter who's in power, you still have to live your life, still have to take care of your kids and your family and your home. We have to learn how to govern ourselves. Because, like I always say, if you want to have a better life, do better. All right. Thank you for listening. Everybody have a wonderful day. And if you want to send me that email, I would love to hear your story. Share our stories. Yes. I don't harp on it because I do have three wonderful people that love me. And I love them. I care about them and I know they care about me because they have showed it over and over and over again. It's nice when you know you've done something wonderful in this world. Thank you. Have a good day.